Hi again! It's me, Lydia, with a very special and important video for anyone who's making the move to Japan and needs to know what your budget should be like when you get over here. Now, I look very fancy today because it was also a very special day. It was graduation ceremony for the third years, and I work at a high school, so they're adults officially, they're done with school. So it was a very emotional day, especially for the foreign teachers. And it was a nice ceremony, and yes, you have to dress formally. So this is my suit. I think I'll do a vlog on what to wear to work in Japan, probably in the next 2 weeks, because people always ask, because most companies tell you what to wear, and people, they're wondering. So the first things I should point out before I even go into this vlog is that, one, I live in Wakayama. I live in a semi-rural city, Kainan City. It's semi-rural. So the cost of living here is not as expensive as, say, Osaka, Tokyo. Definitely not as expensive as Tokyo or Nagoya, one of the major cities. So keep that in mind. Also, two, I am a tiny person. I'm 5'2", 110 pounds. I don't eat that much, so my grocery bill is very small. I cook all my meals, I cook all my lunches, so that part of my expenses is really low. I don't go out and eat ever. This is not going to be the typical budget for everyone, but it will give you a basic idea. It will give you a basic idea of utilities and rent and the social taxes you would have to pay. I'm going to have to make an updated version of this video in the next 2 or 3 months, because that's when the new financial year in Japan starts. So last year they calculated things like my health insurance, my pension, and something else. Health insurance, pension, something else. They calculated that based on my salary the year before. The year before would have been 2014, and I wasn't in Japan in 2014, so my income would have been zero. So I got exempt for things like pension. So I don't pay pension in Japan. I have my pension receipts, which I will talk to you about after and just give you an idea of how much pension you pay. Some people don't get pension exemption, so you have to pay that. So I'll mention how much it would cost you per month. Also, my health insurance was really low this year. I'll tell you in the video how much it was, but that was because my income for 2014 was zero. This year it's going to increase because I have an actual income now. I made money in 2015. So I'll make that updated video once I start getting those bills, but for now this is based on the type of budget you would have to think about for your first year here. What was the third reason? I forgot. I went off track and forgot the third reason. But anyways, so yes, keep that in mind. I live in a semi-rural part of Japan. I don't live in a major city. I don't pay certain taxes, and I don't drive. Transportation here, I live near to my school. I live near to my placement, so I don't have to pay for transportation. I have my bicycle, so even little things like that, I'll tell you how much it costs. So what's most important for this video, of course, is the startup fee. When you arrive, how much is a good amount to have when you just get to Japan to survive the first 2 months without a paycheck? For my company, you don't get paid for until the end of the second month that you're here. In Japan, you get paid for last month at the end of the second month, or something like that. It's really confusing, but for example, I arrived in March. I started working in April. I didn't get April's salary until May. Yes, I didn't get April's salary until May. So you have to be able to, when you arrive, you have to be able to have a budget that would allow you to buy household items, food for the month, pay your bills, pay your startup fees for your apartment. So all those things I'll go into details, and I'll also use Excel and spreadsheets so you can see how I manage my budget with everything also. So I hope this video is very helpful to you, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me in the comment section. I don't mind taking questions at all, so go ahead. There was one more thing I'm supposed to mention. I don't remember right now, but yes. While I was off camera, I just remembered what the third thing is. The third thing is I live in a Leo Palace apartment, as you've probably seen from my apartment tour that I did so long ago. So with the Leo Palace, you get the bed frame and everything, so you don't have to worry about the bed. The other things I mentioned you have to pay for, however. You also get a TV, 2 chairs. They're not that comfortable. This is why I have so many Daiso pillows on that one. And a table. You also get in the kitchen a stove, well, a desktop thing, and a fridge and a microwave. So you don't have to worry about those things. But otherwise, yeah, if you're in an unfurnished apartment, then you have to go and buy all those things. But you can buy them at like a secondhand store. Apartments come with the bed frame, as I said, but no futon. So you have to go and buy that. This is the first part of what your bed would look like if you use a futon. It's the sponge. This cost me, I think it was 1,500 yen. And what I did for the first month was just sleep on this, and then I went and bought this, the futon. And the futon is not so comfortable. It's not like a mattress, so it could be better, but it cost 3,000, I think close to 3,000 yen. And I ordered this online, but I got the sponge in a super center nearby. You should have seen me walking down the road with it. It was crazy. But most of the things I can just order easily on Amazon Japan. Here we have my comforter and my light blanket. If you're coming in the spring, all you'll need is the light blanket. That's the brown one. It's fleece. It's very soft and lovely. That cost $2,000. Again, I ordered it on Amazon.com. But if you're coming in the winter, you're going to need more. Or if you're coming in, say, March, and you're going to a really cold place, you're going to need the comforter and the blanket. The comforter was a little expensive on Amazon, and it cost 5,000 yen. It really depends on when you come and what you should buy. For example, here's a fan. In the summer, if you come in August, like most jet persons, then you're going to need a fan. You don't want to run up your light bill with just your AC. And fans are reasonably priced. This one was 2,500. But if you come in the winter time, like with some companies, you're going to need an electric heater, a tiny electric heater like this one to the right. It's very nice, very effective, and it only costs $2,300. Again, from Amazon.com. Unfortunately for me, my Leo Palace has a carpet. I guess in the winter it's a blessing, but otherwise I have to clean it. So as soon as I arrived, the first purchase I made on Amazon was buying this what's it called again? Vacuum cleaner. And this cost me $3,700. I needed it because I can't deal with dust and allergies. So if you have an apartment with a carpet, it's best that you get one of these. The most expensive purchase I made when I first arrived was my cell phone. Now, luckily for me, I decided to go with Docomo. There are 3 major cell phone companies here: Docomo, SoftBank, and au. Docomo seemed to have the best deals and prices, and there's also a shop nearby. I ended up only paying 27,300 yen for my brand new cell phone, Samsung Galaxy X5. It's a great phone. I have no complaints. And my phone bill every month is only 6,600 yen, which is way cheaper than some other cell phone bills my friends are paying, which are upwards from like 7,000 yen to 10,000 to more, which is crazy, especially if you're coming from Jamaica, where cell phone plans are so cheap. So yeah, my recommendation is to go with Docomo and get a cheap cell phone, because you don't want to be spending so much money on a cell phone when you just arrive. Now, if you don't have a car, the second best thing to get around in this country is on a bicycle. Please, please, please consider getting a bicycle as soon as you arrive. If someone doesn't give you one, buy one. There you can purchase one for as low as 10,000 yen. My bicycle cost 13,000 yen, including the registration, and I just love it to death. It takes me everywhere, and it was one of the best purchases I made when I just got there. Alrighty then, so let's get into more of the nitty-gritty for startup cost. I mentioned a few before, and here in the charts, the Excel spreadsheet picture, you can see those mentioned, and also sheets and towels, pots and pans. They're reasonably priced. And then your gas bill, you're going to have to pay one gas bill and one electricity bill before you get paid. Now on average, my gas bill was 4,297. That's average for the past 10 months. And my electricity bill was $2,505. In the summer, my electricity bill went up because I'm using the AC more often, because summer here is humid and hot and just horrible. So even with my fan, I had to use my AC. In the winter, your gas bill will go up. At the moment, mine is about 5,600. In the summer, I wasn't using that much gas because, it's hot, so you don't need hot water. So my gas bill actually dropped to about 3,300. So it wasn't bad. It all depends on the season what your bills will look like. Miscellaneous household items included like cleaning products and other things you might need just for the house. Most of the stuff you can get at Daiso for cheap. I got like pots, and I have a video of my Daiso haul, and all of those stuff only came up to about $5,000. But other things you might need over the course of the first 2 months or 7 weeks, that totaled to about $20,000 for me. And then food was about $3,000, $4,000 per week, and that was for 7 weeks. So you have to feed yourself for 7 weeks. So make sure you have about 50,000 yen to do that. I survived on 35, but again, I don't eat that much. And then frolicking, I have frolicking here. That's for the different trips I might have taken. I went to Osaka a few times. I know a lot of people, when they first get to Japan, they're really excited to try and see the country. The country isn't going anywhere. Please don't spend off all your money traveling. Try and save as much as possible for the first couple months. Do not starve to death because you really, really, really had to go all over Japan. Don't do it. Don't. I'm sorry I keep accidentally saying dollars instead of yens. All the prices quoted in this video are in yen. So in total, I spent about $146,652 estimate on my startup fees. So that's what I had to bring to survive the first 2 months. I know on top of that, some people probably have to bring upwards from 150 to say 300,000 yen for their apartment startup fees, which is usually 3 months rent plus key money. For the final part of this video, I'll discuss my monthly expenses. Of course, there's rent. My rent is so nice and so cheap. It's 53,000 yen. And other cities, your rent, in the major cities, your rent will probably be 70,000 yen upwards. I live in the country, so it's very, very low. Yay me. Also, my cell phone bill, as I mentioned, 6,600 yen per month. My gas bill, so that's the average for the past 10 months. And the average for electricity bill for the past 10 months also. With the exception of fruits and vegetables compared to back home in Jamaica, food here is cheap, kind of cheap, much cheaper than other countries. So I only spend on groceries about $3,000 per week. So for a whole month, that's 12,000 yen. Employment insurance, I have no idea what this is. It just gets deducted from my salary. I just say whatever. So for me, I don't know if your company would do the same, but that's 1,150 every month. Income tax, the more you earn, the higher it is. For me, I'm not going to tell you exactly how much I'm paid, but it's between 220,000 yen and 250,000 yen. So that should give you a good idea, and that's how much income tax is deducted. Health insurance, I mentioned that next year it will increase, but this year all I pay per month is 1,800. Now pension, I don't pay pension, but I included it just so that persons who will have to pay pension know that it will cost them about 15,590 yen per month if you have to pay pension. That's how much it costs. So in total, I spend every single month, no going around it, I have to spend about $106,000 on bills and food to survive. But it's not that hard, and I do manage to save some of my money. You can survive on a salary of about 200,000 upwards here if you just budget correctly. So I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video and it helps and it has all the information you need before you make the move over. And good luck, because I know a bunch of people always arrive in March. So I hope you have the money and are ready for your new adventure here in Japan. Till next time, bye!